Are you currently sending invoices that you made in Microsoft Word and the formatting breaks every time you try to save it as a PDF? Are you tired of manually emailing clients to ask, hey, did you get that bill I sent 3 weeks ago? Because you have no way to track if they opened it? Are you paying 20 or 30 bucks a month for big software just to send like 4 invoices? Are you embarrassed when a client asks for a client portal and you have to tell them your system is just a folder on your desktop? And honestly, are you just done with giving a cut of your hard-earned freelance money to a subscription service just so you can get paid? If you just nodded or sighed or threw your phone across the room, I feel you. I have been there. But I think I found the fix. I found a tool called Invoiless on AppSumo. It claims to be the all-in-one invoicing solution that lets you look like a Fortune 500 company on a freelancer budget. And the best part? No monthly fees. So stick around. We're going to find out if this thing is actually good or if it's just a cheap knockoff. And hey, if you want to check it out while I ramble, you can see the Invoiless deal right now using the link in the description. Okay, so let's talk about the pain here. Subscription fatigue is ruining us. I mean, my accountant actually high-fived me last week when I told him I canceled a subscription. It's that bad. For years, if you wanted to look professional, you had to pay the big guys. You know, FreshBooks, QuickBooks, Invoice2Go. And look, they are great tools, but they are expensive. You're paying monthly rent just to ask people for your own money. It feels like a tax on existing. And the free tools? They usually slap their logo all over your invoice, which looks kinda tacky. Or they hold your data hostage. So you're stuck between looking unprofessional or bleeding cash. That is exactly where Invoiless is trying to squeeze in. It's pitching itself as the clean, professional, white label option that you pay for once and own forever. So I grabbed the deal. It's a one-time payment of $69. Redeeming it was painless. I logged in and my first look at the dashboard was actually pretty refreshing. It's clean. It uses a lot of white space. It doesn't look like a spaceship control panel. It looks like a place to get business done. Now let's talk about the limits because AppSumo deals usually have a catch, right? This one is actually surprisingly generous. For that $69, you get one code, but that one code covers 3 businesses. That is huge. Most deals give you one account. But if you're like me and you have your freelance writing gig, maybe a little e-commerce side hustle, and a consulting LLC, you can manage all 3 under one login with separate branding. You also get unlimited team members. So if you have a VA or an accountant who needs access, you don't have to pay extra for a seat. That is rare. Usually they nickel and dime you for users. The dashboard itself? Intuitive. Left sidebar, big charts in the middle showing income versus expenses. It's got a dark mode option too, which we love. It didn't feel overwhelming at all. All right. Let's get into the workflow, because if it takes me 20 minutes to make an invoice, I'm going back to Google Docs. So I clicked the big blue New Invoice button. It pulled up a template that looked really nice, clean lines. I uploaded my logo. It resized it perfectly. I didn't have to mess with cropping. Then I added a client. I just typed Acme Corp, added an email. Easy. Now for the line items. I typed podcast consultation 1 hour. I put in the price $200. Here is a cool feature. You can save items as products. So if you sell the same service over and over, you don't have to retype it every time. You just select it from a drop-down. Then, the payment part. I had already connected my Stripe account in the settings, which took literally 30 seconds. So I toggled on Accept Credit Card. I scrolled down to the bottom. There was a spot for terms and conditions. I pasted in my standard, please pay me or I will be sad text. Then I clicked send. It gave me the option to email it directly from the platform or generate a unique link. I chose the link because I wanted to see what the client sees. I opened the link in an incognito window. It took me to a client portal. Not just a PDF, but a web page. It had my logo, my colors. It looked super pro. There was a big Pay Now button. I clicked it and the Stripe payment form popped up right there. The whole process? Maybe 3 minutes. And 2 of those minutes were me trying to find my logo file on my messy desktop. So, practicality. Is this something you can actually run a business on? Yes. They have a mobile app for iOS and Android. I downloaded it to check the speed. It's a little more basic than the web version, but for checking if someone paid you while you're at the grocery store, it works fine. One thing I really geeked out on was the Caname feature. This is included in the deal. Basically, instead of the invoice link saying Invoiless, invoice 123, it can say Invoices, mywebsite.com. For a freelancer, that level of branding is usually an expensive upsell on other platforms. Here, it's just included. Also, for my developer friends listening, there is an API and webhooks. So if you want to automate invoice creation when someone buys something on your website, you can do that. Support-wise, this isn't a brand new buggy beta tool. They have like 70+ reviews on AppSumo with a high rating. I checked the questions section, and the founder is in there answering technical questions about tax rates and gateways. That's a green flag. Okay, let's keep it 100. No tool is perfect. Here are the honest pros and cons. Pros first. Number 1, the value. $69 for lifetime access for 3 businesses? That is a steal. FreshBooks costs that much in 3 months. Number 2, white labeling. Being able to use your own domain and remove the powered by Invoiless branding is huge for looking professional. Number 3, unlimited teams. Being able to invite my accountant without paying extra is a massive win. Now the cons. It is an invoicing tool, not a full accounting suite. It tracks income and expenses, sure, but it doesn't do double-entry bookkeeping, balance sheets, or payroll like Xero or QuickBooks. If you are a bigger business with complex taxes, you might find it too simple. Also, the template customization is good, but not Photoshop level. You can change colors and fonts, but you can't drag things around freely. It's rigid to keep it looking nice. And lastly, the mobile app is functional, but feels a bit like a companion app rather than the full power of the desktop version. So, what's the verdict? If you are a large agency with 50 employees and complex payroll needs, stick to QuickBooks. You need the heavy artillery. But if you are a freelancer, a consultant, a digital creator, or a small agency owner, if you just want to send beautiful invoices, get paid via Stripe or PayPal, and track who owes you money without paying a monthly subscription, Invoiless is a no-brainer. It pays for itself the moment you stop paying your current invoicing subscription. I'm giving this a solid 4.6 out of 5 tacos. It does exactly what it says on the tin, and it looks good doing it. Right now, the deal is live on AppSumo for $69. And remember, they have that 60-day money-back guarantee. So honestly, buy it. Send one invoice to yourself, test the payment flow. If you don't like it, refund it. No risk. If you want to stop bleeding monthly fees, grab the deal through my link in the show notes. It helps support the pod and keeps me supplied with coffee. Go get paid, folks. Catch you in the next one.